Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor Thomas, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we appreciate always.
And I was bribed for the short prayer here.
Which one of them did that back there? Talk to me later about that. We'll get that. Hey, we love his, it's like a homily. Come on, guys, back there. All right, well, thank you. All right, if we could, we need to get a call to order, and our meeting will start 6:01.
Bonnie,
Here.
Brad,
Here.
Jennifer,
Here.
Rob,
Here.
Faith,
Here.
and Mike.
Here.
All right, get them all turned off. All right, I need, first, I need a motion to approve our December the 8th.
Motion.
Look at that. That's Faith and
we
Rob.
did, yeah.
Brenda, no camera.
It's showing. Yeah, it's showing.
All right.
Might be what they're looking on.
YouTube.
Rob,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Faith,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Bonnie.
I need approval from the minutes of December 16th.
Motion.
Motion. Second.
We're back on track.
I'll second, I guess.
All right, Jennifer's got his,
Okay.
So it was Rob, then
and,
Jennifer.
yeah.
It's on
Okay.
now.
Bonnie,
Okay.
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Faith,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
All right, before we get started here, obviously, this is our first meeting in January. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody, well, folks that are here, and obviously people that are watching it on YouTube.
It's on.
All right, it's on, ready to go. So we wanted to tell you Happy New Year, but I want to make sure we start. Brenda, will you pass one of those out for everybody here?
Oh.
We have a State of the City. Obviously, we have put this out on our website. We've actually put it on a social media page, but I want to make sure that you all have a copy of this. I promise I'm not reading it, but you got a mission, Bonnie. 5 minutes. When I start, 5 minutes. All right, get ready. All right. All kidding aside, I want you to see this. And I'm going to thank Amber. Amber and I put this together to make sure that we really put an overview of what's been not only for 2025, but what's really happened the last 3 years. So with that said, I want to start with the fact that this is going to be the most transformational year, probably in our history of Shepherdsville. When you start really thinking about what's going to happen this year with completion of these projects, it is going to be amazing that we actually offer that. So I want to start with, first of all, everybody up here. I know there's one that's not up here, but I want to thank the council. You guys voted for that $30 million, and I can't say thank you enough that you guys supported that vision. That vision is what's going to make Shepherdsville with the place it's going to be. This aquatic center is not just going to be about Shepherdsville. It's not just going to be about Bullock County. It's going to be about the state of Kentucky and the regional area. And what's important about that is when we talk to other developers and we talk to KLC, this is one of the major projects being done in the state of Kentucky, if not the largest, for family entertainment. So when you start thinking about that, knowing it's just around the corner for being a part of our community, it's going to make a big difference. With that said, we obviously have a lot more things going on. We borrowed the $30 million for all of this, but we've also infused another $10 million, all-inclusive playground with all amenities to go with it, a 1,600-seat amphitheater, a dog park, a 5K, disc golf, sand volleyball's coming. We put a basketball court, a pickleball court, okay? We put all these things out for our families. We put all new landscape out there, new fencing out there in the park, okay? And what about that skate park? There were 6 kids out there today in subarctic weather. So I know they love it. It's in a safe place. So we see all this. Council, we see this, what we've done. And I think that's important for people to see what a transformational year. And what's really nice about all this, we did this without raising a penny in taxes. And we lowered 2 of the taxes. We lowered your property tax and your personal property tax during this time. So there's a lot of growth. Yes. Do we understand? We got business people wanting to invest in our downtown. We have a downtown now that's enjoyable to come down. We have a long way to go, but we have a great opportunity. We have businesses that are willing to take a chance in our downtown area, okay? Amber's going to get up in a minute and talk about all the events we have every year. We have tons of events for our families to do here instead of having to go to another city to enjoy their family time, okay? We have kids' activities We've had free clinics, all kinds of sports for the last 3 years for our kids. Affordable, it's free. How about the city fair? The last 2 years, we made the rides free for everybody. We're able to do that because the growth merits that. But when people want to decide how you spend your taxes, the money that we can spend money on, the money we can spend money on, we invest it back into this community. Now, what we've done is amazing. And what's going to happen this year is transformational. I just can't say enough thank you for that. But I also know that we have traffic. We always talk about that. We also know right now with the construction at Bells Mill, that's exacerbated what's happening in our intersection here, 44 and 65. We have additional 4,000 cars that we never planned on being in our city. Now, it's always a challenge before that. Now, we've got a guy back there on planning and zoning that's working on it, so we really like him a lot. But the key in all of this is, what are we doing, right? We're looking for things that we want. We have 3 projects we've been talking about. We're trying to get our state representatives and our senators, and even our U.S. representative and our U.S. senators to start thinking about Bullitt County. When Bullitt County is one of the fastest growing cities, counties in the state of Kentucky, we need infrastructure. We need another exit ramp at 119. We need 4 lanes from Salt River to 245 to handle the traffic and the heavy semi-trucks that are going to be on that road. Okay, and last but not least, we need that other artery across 480 to 44. Now, we need that 2 miles east, somewhere where Ridge Road is close to Candace Salt River. Please, everybody knows that we want these things, and it's important for everybody to know. We're going to keep talking about them. We're going to keep talking. It's $250 million for what I've requested. It's a lot of money, but we're going to work on that. We also know we have water projects. We've got a main line, 400 feet is already in the ground, Rob. 400 feet. All right. We want to make sure you all know that that's right. So it's 44 to the river. Now, we've also looking at planning and designing the West Blue Lake piece that goes to 44. That's an area in our city that has a lot of water issues. So if we're thinking like this, and we're getting this much done, 3 years, we've done more than we've done in the last 20 years. That's amazing because we have a lot of good people doing good things. And I was going to mention this, Scott and Arthur and the whole team of folks that have been doing all these meetings, all the things we do for designs, all these park plans. We have a lot of things really coming to our city. All I can tell is everybody, thank you so much for what we're doing. It's going to be transformational, and I can't wait. Thank you. Oh, I do, Bonnie.
You have 12 seconds left.
I'm going to thank everybody. Whew, I was close. I didn't even practice that. I just know that you'd give me a look. I was just going to get the look if I was getting over. Or you should have give me that knock. So I was.
Now you're over.
That would have been. Dag nabbit. I'm done. No, I thought I had it. All right, no worries. But anyway, thank you for listening. But I'm really excited for the city. Got a lot there. Amber, get on up here and bring that compadre with you.
Would you like to sign off? No. Okay. Good evening, council. I just
Good
want to start
evening.
start off by wishing each of you a wonderful beginning to the new year. It's going to be a busy year. Lots of great things happening in Shepherdsville, and I would like to share just a few highlights that will start off the new year. First off, Shepherdsville Splash is January 20th. We would like for all of you, plus the community, to come out. That would be a good opportunity to invite your family and friends, ask all the questions that y'all have been wanting to find out about. I know the sports facility people will be there, so that will just be a great opportunity for you all to find out all you want to know about the upcoming aquatic center.
Just let me add one thing there real quick. That day we are going to give you numbers. I mean, we've got some attentive numbers. If you came in, like a daily visit might be $10, $100 for a kid's summer pass. So we have some family packages, but we just want to nail them down to make sure that everybody has, it's affordable. And we talked about a number of things like that. We're trying to make sure work, but that's a lot of what people want to know. Is how much it costs. So that's a big part of the function. So if you can be there, be there.
Next up, the HRMMA, they are bringing a fight to Paraket Springs Conference Center on February 7th. Tickets, you can go to their website, HRMMA. Tickets are $25. The fight starts at 7 o'clock. Mayor, the Cabera Foundation, they're giving $1 a ticket for every ticket that is sold. So that goes back to the foundation to help kids go to the aquatic center during the summertime. So if you are interested, that's your thing, go onto the website and purchase tickets. And then next, we are doing the Wine, Whiskey, and Ale Fest in April. It's gonna be the 25th, 3 to 8. We are bringing back Exit 105 for the band. Instead of it going back to the park, we had a lot of people say they loved it on the Frankie Simon Avenue, where the old fire department used to be. So we are bringing that back to that location this year, so. And then for the farmer's market, June 6th is the opening day, so I just wanted to ask council for a vote tonight to keep the vendor fee at $50 this year.
You guys okay with that?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you, Faith.
Thank you all.
You got a vote?
Okay, was that Rob?
You got Faith?
or-
No, Faith got it first.
No, I mean,
Then Rob was second.
okay, well, Bobby was,
Meeting.
this was an
She didn't say anything.
unexpected
She didn't
vote.
say anything.
Hold
I
on one
did.
sec.
Oh,
She said me.
Oh, okay.
Was it Jennifer?
No, it's,
No,
you
it's
get
okay.
it tomorrow. I'll
Killing
beat him up
me.
later.
Kill him on smalls. All right, no, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Mike,
Yes.
Faith,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Bonnie.
Yes.
Thank you all.
All right.
Okay, moving on, as you can see through the events calendar, if you didn't grab one, they are on the back table. As you leave, pick one up. We have, in September, we normally try to do two food truck invasions each year, but I wanted to change it up this year. So in September, instead of doing a fall food truck invasion, we are going to do something a little bit different. It's gonna be at Paracut Springs, the Taste of Bullitt County. So we're asking the mom and pop restaurants of Bullitt County, plus the food trucks that are located here in Shepherdsville, to come to Paracut. And it's kind of like Taste of Louisville, where you come and you sample their foods and stuff. So we are looking for sponsorships for that, so be on the lookout for more details to come on that. And then, let's see, we have the Color Walk, we have Bullitt Blast. Bullitt Blast, as you can see, it's gonna be the week before the 4th of July, so you get to celebrate longer. And actually, we are tying in America 250 with it this year. So, that should be a big celebration in itself there, so. With that, I'm gonna hand it over to my son Maximus.
We're watching you, Max.
So Maximus is over the Kids Winterfest, so he just wanted to come up here and give another thank you. His event is always December, the last part of December. It wraps up all the events of the year, so.
I just wanted to say thank you for all the support and for all the sponsors that came out and all the volunteers that helped. And I just wanted to name all my sponsors.
Okay.
So we had 35 sponsors, which was Abound Credit Union, First Harrison Bank, Paracut Springs Conference Center, First Franklin Financial, Sauceritas, Captured Moments, Photography, thank you, Salt River Brewing Company, Field of Grace, A Plus Signs and Screen Printing LLC, The Pioneer News, Journey Church, Blue Mine, Kentucky Eye Care, German American Bank, Derby City Photo Experience, Shepherdsville Fire and Police Departments, Ladybugs on Buckman, Warrior Rounds, Great Clips, Don Wilson, Bullitt County Chamber of Commerce, Russian Balance Studio, Bullitt Blends, the Turnaround Center, the Sweet Shop, Bailey Chapel, Bullitt County Public Library, Mike and Karen Hibbard, Bullitt County Sheriff's Foundation, Medina, Porter and Wade Schroeder, Dream Express, Book Bus, Bullitt County EMS, Cash Express, Girl Scouts of Kentuckiana.
I want to tell you, Max, for anybody that was there, it was packed. We had probably 800 during that time. that we had out there, 2.5 hours. It was pretty busy for that time. And got to say, congratulations, a lot of good partners. And I know you started on that early. You seem like you had a bunch of those early on before you got really, really rolling into it. So that's a big deal, right? Now you got to remember, you're going to clean toilets next year, right?
Yes, I do.
It's part of the deal, man. Got to run your show. No, it was really a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. If you, for the kids, and a lot of families were really cool about it. They enjoyed it. It was just a fun time, Christmas break, and it was really cool. And they got pictures with Santa. They got different activities. I mean, it was packed in that gym. It was absolutely packed, and it was a lot of fun. So, Max, great job with that, okay?
Thank you.
All right. You want to keep your mom as an assistant or not? You can get that. Just making sure. All right, yeah, it's all right. All right, thank you both very much. Listen, Amber, I know we've said it all the time, but really phenomenal job with the communication part. I hear it all the time. I talk to anybody. They really talk a lot about what we do, so really appreciate what you've done with that. It's been really very phenomenal. And you did okay with Max. All right. All right, Jeremy Kubak, come on up here. And Jeremy and I were at church yesterday, and we wanted him to come up here because I want to talk about, I know we talked about sidewalks, and we talked about right-of-ways. I got it right. Don't be looking at me. I know you're looking at me. Anyway, so I want you to talk a little bit what's coming up, but I want you to talk about how he represents us. Because what he's doing now, we're talking about the things that should have been done years ago. We're starting it now. There's going to be non-negotiable on these things, but go ahead.
Okay, well, so last Thursday, we had our January meeting. The Gelda property was off Beech Grove Road, was back on the agenda. They've got a, I'll say much scaled back plan from what was previously submitted. I still maintain that the need for housing in Bullitt County, and in this way, I think it's important that we do have infill development rather than huge. You can go and build huge new developments, but on some of these smaller tracts that are around adjacent to other developments, it's a good opportunity for smaller scale housing to be constructed. And so one of the elements or the restriction, we placed the previous restrictions that were when this went through last time, and that was with regard to the floodplain, having compensation. If they put any material in the floodplain, they have to remove at least that much. But the bigger concern that I have, and that a lot of the residents have, is that Beech Grove Road was not built for the amount of development that has already occurred there. And while this development is I'll say a drop in the bucket compared to everything that's already been built, one thing that we can do to leverage a new development along Beech Grove Road, because it fronts on, is it Oak Grove, is that the name? And then also on Beech Grove. We added a restriction for them to dedicate an additional 15 feet of right-of-way. And what that does, there's a small stretch between Oak Grove and the bypass that was constructed. And so there's an opportunity to do some small-scale improvements along Beech Grove Road, at least up to that point, as a future project, that would create a safer roadside condition. And what gets in the way of that often is right-of-way or available right-of-way. If we can start preserving some of that space as new developments come along, it allows us to, through a future project, make those improvements. And the acquisition of right-of-way often is, in an urban area, is the toughest part of building not building a new road, but even making small-scale improvements. Because you can design all day long, you can get a contractor out there, but if you can't get the property, or if somebody's already built something there, placed the driveway that makes it difficult to reconstruct that land or acquire that right-of-way, it makes it very difficult to do any small-scale improvements. And so what this does is set us up for the future, and it could be a few years down the line, could be 5 years, but on the north side of Beech Grove Road, there's an opportunity to make some meaningful small-scale improvements. So that is where it's difficult in the scope of a 1 hour here, or for a case like that, figure out what to do to make the best out of it. But that is, so there's no project on the books now, but this sets us up for the future. Going back to the December meeting for there's a proposed development today, which is in unincorporated part of the county, but their intent is to be annexed. We added a restriction that required the dedication of an additional 30 feet of right-of-way.
You know what he's
along
talking about? There it is, across from St. Andrews.
St. Andrews.
Oh, okay. I thought it was still on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I switched gears.
like
It's all within the discussion of right-of-way that we know 44 is going to require improvements. There's been a study along from Shepherdsville to Mount Washington, and right now they're looking at the easternmost piece of that, so just east of 31.
Barstow.
But it will, I don't know, it's difficult to determine how they will time the implementation of the improvements along 44. But what I do know is that as more development is built along 44, it's gonna make it that much more difficult to make future improvements. And so by having the developer dedicate a 30-foot strip this is on the south side, what that does is it provides room to get improvements in without affecting the residents that are already there on the north side. And it's difficult to come up with a number or a right-of-way width or a dedication that is appropriate without having it already designed. But this gives a much wider footprint for future improvements to be fit within, and reserves that space so that new development doesn't make it impossible to improve the road. And
Yeah,
so,
let me add this. You guys, I'm like everybody else. When we first moved out here, everybody's widened 44. Well, that sounded like a good idea, but when you look at all the property owners, the litigation you would be in forever. So what this does, and what Jeremy's trying to tell you is that anybody that develops on either side of that, we are going to try to make sure that we've got some right-of-way privileges specifically on the south side. But because what we want to do, we know that there's a center lane coming the next 6 to 8 years. But in that process, if we can get some of these right-of-ways, what it's going to do is we wouldn't have to deal with as many landowners and getting that property to make 4 lanes from Bell's Mill to the interstate. Now, it's going to take a while for that. That's a dream right now. But if we're doing what he's just talking about, when we start doing these developments on 44, and you see the dynamic changing, most people don't want to be residential with all the traffic on 44. They're selling properties. You see more businesses popping up. And as that continues to go to Bell's Mill, that's the opportunity for us to do what you guys are doing. I think it's excellent.
Yep. And I know a lot of the people come to the meeting with frustrations about, well, you shouldn't allow any more development until this road is fixed. We can't make the road happen. But we also can't place a complete moratorium on development. So what we can do is within the scope of our responsibilities on the Planning Commission, we can take steps that further the effort of the Transportation Cabinet. And so by having right-of-way dedicated that can then be turned over to the Transportation Cabinet for a future project, those are the steps that we can take on the local level, in addition to having our legislative delegation working together to secure funding to move those forward. But at the local level, this is what we can do.
Yeah. And going back a little bit to the industrial park or that area, requiring them to put in sidewalks to make that connectivity piece. We're looking from Valley View all the way to 61. It's one of the 3 projects from a connectivity piece. We've got a major part of that done because they did the double diamond right there at 116. That part helps. I mean, it really does. It's so safe to walk through there because they put concrete walls so you can safely walk through that area. So we have that one. We have the one that we're working on first. Is going to be from BC to skate park and the library. The second one is from the downtown area to get through to get Clark Country and the Aquatic Center and the hotels.
And I believe at Amazon.com Boulevard, they redid their parking lot, and this was, I don't know if it was last year or even early last year.
It was last year.
Or they were seeking relief from the sidewalk requirement, and that was a tough, I'm just one of, the,
13 people.
right. And there's a lot of people who don't see like, why are we doing, there's no sidewalk on either
And
side.
the city of Shepherdsville requires it,
And that's,
point blank. Yeah.
well,
But they've
part
got too many
part
years,
of this
too many
is-
years they let this happen.
part of this is changing minds.
But now, well, it's now, we got an ordinance though.
Yeah, so we're in a situation today that we can actually do that, and that's the important piece now. No, again, for any developer that's already been in our industrial park, if they have any additional projects, guess what they gotta do? Put sidewalks on their property to start with before they can get permits for the other one.
Yes, there's two of them, and there are two developments, I guess on the south side, they have that commitment that once a sidewalk is constructed along that, I can't remember the name, which road that is. It's across from Amazon.com Boulevard.
That's Omega.
Omega, yes. And I've talked to Charlie about this. He is working on essentially a database of all these commitments so that they can be triggered and kept track of and that we're not forgetting about it.
Well, the sidewalks can also be utilized for people that either walk or ride their bikes to work in the industrial park. We've gotta be able to make those kind of accommodations for them.
The argument is often, well, I don't see anybody walking out there now. Well, it's not safe to.
That's not,
But people make that argument.
And they're walking in the night.
No, absolutely. And
I think this is gonna be this is a game changer for us over the last 6 months that you guys have been focused on a lot of that. But I think we're at a point now that that's the expectation and that's not negotiable anymore.
And one of the things that we can do at the local level to drive home the point of the transportation improvements is develop our own transportation plan that we put together the plan, we adopt it, and that is what we can use to push forward through our state legislative delegation to try to get that funding. Because to have that tool to show, yes, we've studied this is where we need improvements, this is where money needs to go. Those are the kind of tools that our legislative delegation can use to leverage
And so
funding.
just so you know, Strand, 4 months ago, we started with Strand doing a new traffic study for us. So we've got already some things in place that they're gonna take that study, and Strand is one of the best, right? And they do quite a bit for us, and right now, they're actually putting that together. Once we have that, we're gonna take that for all of our legislators, and we're gonna go, again, we're gonna talk to Washington DC and our representatives that we have to do that, because it's not just about Shepherdsville and Bullitt County. This is a major artery on this eastern half of the country. And I can't believe that there's not more intensity on the accidents on I-65. I can't imagine that most of these businesses keep seeing their semis, a parking lot on the 65. You know, so I'm just wondering where that passion for getting that money and lobbying for fixing of this. I know there's been talk about a 4 lanes on 65 from basically Louisville to E-Town for sure. That's in the conversation, but where that's at. But for us right now, some of the things we just mentioned, the 61 corridor, basically from Salt River to 245, that has to be done. There's gonna be something really bad happen, those 2 little bridges there, that's not good with the kind of weight that's gonna take.
It's,
So, are we doing the same thing on 61? Are we making that easement, but the right of way, 30 feet?
what was it, 2 months ago, there was a residential development south of 480. I'm trying to think exactly. It
Is there,
was down between 480 and
And the new exit?
245, and that's,
The apartments?
no, that's on the backside of the.
it was,
Mark.
no, it was, I think it was single family, west side of 61, just right around 245 or
No, it's past it.
It was
It's past it. It's the Chris
that-
Dickey.
It's right past.
Yeah,
what-
it's Field of Grace property.
I added in a commitment there, or, well, have to negotiate this with the developer though, to get for them to first accept it, but there was a restriction added that I think they were gonna dedicate, I can't remember the actual offset. What I did is matched what the development further north had dedicated, or basically where the line was, because sometimes if you have them dedicate a bunch of right-of-way, but then just to the north, somebody's built out, well, you can't take a road and do this, well,
Right.
but if you can at least get a consistent right-of-way line.
I believe
that-
does Helen, I don't know, I'll have to check with Arthur, if Helen Heights, it looks like there's far enough off,
Yeah.
there's
So-
a right of way there.
So I had a right-of-way dedication included in that one as well.
Yeah.
So that is, but
That's just
if
one
there's
factor,
not, if
yeah.
you don't get it in at the meeting there, then it,
Utah.
it doesn't happen. So, but that's, what's important is that these restrictions that, as we work to get them placed at the planning commission level, then when it goes through the city, that it's reiterated that these commitments are binding. The other thing is that it makes a difference who the right-of-way is dedicated to. They can't dedicate right-of-way directly to the state. even though it's a state highway. So
We
it
have
needs to be, in this case, dedicated to the city of Shepherdsville for the development on the docket last month. I guess it depends on the timing, because it's going through fiscal court, but they're looking at annexation. So at whichever point they make the dedication, that it either goes to the city or fiscal court. But that, which can then be turned over to the
Yeah,
state.
if it's not in the city, it goes to the county. The biggest thing for us in all of this is that because we've seen all the development that's happened in the last 5 and 6 years with the warehouses on 61, that they're not, it's not designed for it, and I know people have seen it. So we've got KYTC, you know, we talk a lot about them and what they haven't done. I'd also like to put a props in, they were here Friday looking at everything around 44 and 65. So they are seeing it, they understand it. Now, what that means for us is to continue that dialogue to see if they'll get money actually, because they can talk about all the projects you want until they actually tag the money for it. It isn't anything. So that's a big thing there. And I will tell you guys that we are, as a city, we are really pushing hard for that light right there at Roby. Okay, that's at Roby Elementary. Yeah, so that's because of some of the development on the south side, we obviously had some plans for the north side. But the thing of it is, when we talk about economic development, and I got Courtney here, I miss Courtney. You know, we have to have that traffic plan, but we get that from Strand, and we get the things that we'd like to see. That has to be presented to them, because there's discretionary fund from the standpoint of the government, the state government, and we could have probably maybe gotten some of that money to at least start on the 119. The 119 takes the traffic away from 44 and Adam Shepherd. That's what we want. We want you to come right on Conestoga and right on Adam Shepherd, instead of going back towards 44 and Adam Shepherd and 44 and 65. Now, these conversations are long overdue. Doesn't matter, this is the world we live in. It's what we gotta deal with. But we're gonna continue to press real hard on this, because we don't own the roads. For everybody that listens, we don't own the roads. Pick the roads you wanna argue about. But it's important for us to at least make sure that we keep our dialogue going. And sometimes the squeaky wheel does get that oil.
I think once the bridge is done on Bell's Mill, a lot of people, if we had 119, a lot of people would come.
Oh, yeah,
Mount
it's a
Washington.
dynamic change, man.
Absolutely. Game changer.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of these conversations were made 5 and 10 years ago. It is what it is. But the aggressiveness that we have to put in play now, because we understand it, our growth is coming. We do not stop the growth. People want to be part of Shepherdsville. We talk a lot about all the things we talk about, transformational, but you're putting us in a situation that it's gonna make it more and more challenging. There has to be some real serious conversation, looking at our growth patterns over the next 5, 10 years, and actually dedicating some money. The things I'm offered earlier and what we've been discussing is $250 million. And that's a lot of money. Now, we gotta figure out who's gonna give us that kind of money. So we start with the state, and we also look at our representatives in Washington DC and to understand the impact on this part of the country. That's what's gotta happen, because I just can't imagine that we're not seeing any more passion from the businesses. You know, these tractor trailers, I mean, they get stopped like parking lots. And I know in my other business,
That's a loss of money for
it's a lot,
everybody,
it is, it's a loss of money for them.
For
So,
the drivers and for the.
yeah, so that's what we need to do. But I appreciate what you're doing on the sidewalk thing, keep pushing hard on that, and all of the right-of-way pieces we can get may help us with this 44 thing down the road somewhere, maybe in our lifetime.
Yeah, and it may not get noticed in the, because there's gonna be hundreds of parcels that have to be acquired, you know,
I
for a
know.
project like that. But at least if we can limit the impact, you know, that, you know, on these, you know, large frontage properties, that when they do to get developed, at least keep those clear of obstacles.
Right. Did you get a Christmas card from Bonnie? I'm just asking.
Did I?
No?
You-
No?
Nobody got one. I see.
I'm just kidding. We've come a long way, and I just wanna make sure, you know, listen, I can't say thank you enough. What else do you wanna add to before you finish up here, that you would like to?
I think, you know, I did find a lump of coal in my mailbox, but I wasn't
It's
sure
probably
who it.
Bonnie. She stopped by your house. She
Hey, I
stopped by
got
the
some
house.
questions, that's okay.
Yeah, me too.
So, on Oak Grove,
Yes,
I did read where, and I know they're here, I think, anyways,
Yeah.
there was gonna be 13 homes or, townhomes or
13 townhomes.
7 individual homes. So, which is it?
You said 7, 7.
They
it's,
don't know.
it's gonna depend on market conditions, so they've what they've done is set themselves up for once they get to construction, or as they move forward, they'll either choose one of those 2 layouts, and so, and they provided them, it's in the docket, they've got 2 different layouts. And it's, one of the restrictions is that they will be limited to those. What they've shown is what it needs to be, otherwise you have to
Right.
come back to planning commission.
Well, I have some ideas if they wanna give me a call.
All right, well,
You know.
they, and I think both options, so from the original option that had, all those townhomes, really closely spaced, were all along Oak Grove. They do have, with this, they would use their, direct access to Beech Grove for, with the seven structure version, they would have a shared driveway for the two, and then for the, I think it was it 14 or,
13, I think it was.
there would be 3 units that would be served by that one access to Beech Grove. I'd rather not have
Yeah.
any, access points off Beech Grove. It's better to keep those on the side street, but I get the constraints that they have. So,
What was the vote on that? 11
well, there's always one or two that are against for everything. I think it was, I think there was 1 or 2 against. I don't, yeah.
That's okay, I think you told me it
We'll
was.
get that,
No.
won't we? Yeah,
I
we
don't-
usually
did we
do.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the minutes from Thursday
You're
night
fine.
yet.
I just knew you mentioned it.
Yeah, I looked it up, it's not online yet.
Yeah.
The minutes are.
There's still, and in fact, well, and we've even, like, I've been, over, since Friday, and then today, we're going back through, making sure that the restrictions that were placed are, as they're written up, are correct, and so, yeah, that they won't be posted until we get all, make sure that all that language is,
Okay.
agreed upon.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, anybody else?
You got any?
Yeah, going back to
something.
44 again, and talking
Yeah, I
about
have-
the easements and all that. So if you go to Google Maps and you measure the width of Buckman, for instance, where it's 5 lanes, from the edge of the sidewalk to the edge of the sidewalk is like 79 feet. And it's that way most of 44 from the 65 to like Bell's Mill. It's about the same. What they did on Buckman is they took away the ditch and then they put the drainage underneath the sidewalks on each side.
Right.
To allow the extra space. So I assume that a lot of that easement has to do with utilities like water and gas, or is there something we can do with that?
So the, so the part of Buckman you were talking about, were you talking about the newer part that they built?
Yeah, the new part,
Okay,
like in
so
front of
in that
Troutman's and all
case,
that.
when you have sidewalks, curb and gutter, we refer to that as an urban section versus where you have ditches in that rural. And that portion of it that runs up to, Coral Ridge Road, so that'll be, the actual right-of-way will typically be 2 feet behind the sidewalk.
Okay.
On either side. At times, in this case, you can see where the power poles are right on the back of sidewalk. So that indicates that, the right-of-way ends right there and that's it. You can also have, beyond the right-of-way, a utility easement that'll run behind it. So there's different scenarios that can, like, as you look at it from the ground, you can't always tell exactly how wide the right-of-way is. In the case of 44, where it's, once you get past the portion along I-65 that was, that's more of a modern design or where right-of-way was acquired. When you get just to the 2-lane section, that's typically gonna be a 60-foot right-of-way. And you can generally use the fences and the power poles to see about what that width is, but it, really comes down to what has been over the years, through all the, deed descriptions and that, and then when you get to a development, that'll be a more modern survey, and it'll have a plat, and potentially some additional right-of-way was dedicated. So along 44, you're gonna have kind of a hodgepodge of different right-of-way widths. Sometimes, if there's not, when a utility is built, say a new gas line needs to go in, or LG&E has a transmission line they'll put in, if there's not, they'll typically try to put it within the right-of-way if they can. If there's not enough room there, they'll acquire their own easement, which is, that's still the adjacent property owner, that's still their property, but when the term easement allows the right for a utility to construct what's there.
That's why you don't build anything on it.
When we say right-of-way, that is owned by the city or the state, where the property owner, adjacent property owner has no right to that property or that land at all. And so, what we're talking about here is actually dedication of actual right-of-way that can be, that is for the use of the city or state to build a road, but also could, utilities could be placed within that, but they would have to do it by permit. They would need permission from the right-of-way owner to do that. I don't know if that answered your question.
Really,
Kinda, I'm just like trying to think of like,
I know what you're trying to do, but that's the problem with, first of all, for us, this is all in motion with the center lane thing, so we're kind of already in that, funding's already been allocated for it, so that's, unfortunately for us, it's still not gonna see it for 6 to 8 years. By the time they actually get here, I mean, I'm being realistic, it'd be really great to see a middle lane all the way through.
And it's a multi-step process. You have, right now, so they've done a study for the whole stretch. Then they would go into what's called phase 1 design, where they have a preliminary alignment, and then phase 2 design, where they really nail it down and establish, and so we're talking like, 1 to 2 year period there, where they determine what the right-of-way how much right-of-way needs to be acquired. And then, assuming all the funding's in place, then you have, a 1, 2 to 3 year period of actually acquiring the right-of-way. And that's for each segment of construction along 44. So it is a very long and drawn-out process, but part of it is it is so labor-intensive to actually acquire the right-of-way.
And that's what's causing, that would be.
That's really the right-of-way, and then relocation of utilities. That's another, there's a lot of gas transmission, or I'm not sure what size it is, but I know there's transmission along 44 that if it can't be designed around, it has to be relocated. There's long lead times on those relocations.
well, I'm glad to see that we're doing something on 61 at least, because it is gonna grow.
It
So
has to be. I mean,
someone will thank us in the future, I'm sure.
61's further behind in terms of like south of, where they ended at 44. There needs to be a study done to go further south. So that is, as far as I know, that hasn't happened, and there's not one on the books yet. So that's further behind. At least 44 has had, I know years ago there was a study that, showed 5 lanes the whole way, but this more recent, in the last few years, another consultant has done an updated study, and that's what has led to this first segment being designed.
all right, anybody else? We good? Jeremy, thank you, and I do, again, really appreciate what you're doing, I think you add a lot there. The only concern I've always had with planning and zoning is we have one voice out of 13 people.
I'm
So you have to
probably kind of an
collaborate. I know
annoying
you're building
voice,
a little,
so I
building a little group, you're building a little group, I know you are.
it's a lot of it's changing minds. There's a lot. I think there's a lot more people who are amenable to some, what I'm
Common sense
pushing
things,
for sidewalks and that. I'm getting less pushback. So,
Okay.
and it's a good thing. It takes time.
So we'll find out what happened with that lump of coal. All right, thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Old business, Ms. Catherine, 025053, amending of the transitional housing.
City of Shepherdsville Ordinance 025053, an ordinance adopting the text amendment to 025T-03, amending the zoning regulations for Bullock County and the cities of Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Mount Washington, and Shepherdsville to include transitional housing. Sponsored by Council Member Bonnie Enlow. Summary Section 1 sets forth that the zoning regulations for Bullock County and the cities of Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Mount Washington, and Shepherdsville are amended as set forth herein. Section 2 sets forth that Section 2.200, word and terms defined, is amended to include the definition for transitional housing. Section 3 sets forth that Section 5.302, residential uses, is amended to include transitional housing permitted in residential areas. Section 4 sets forth that a new section titled Section 5.607, transitional housing, is created, permitting such housing in all residential zones and establishing requirements that shall apply to transitional housing. Section 5 sets forth the severability clause. Section 6 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 7 sets forth the publication requirement.
Motion to approve?
All right.
Is that Bonnie?
Yep, Bonnie was second on that.
Mike?
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yes.
Faith?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
And Jennifer?
Yes.
Council, thank you. All right, new business, Ms. Catherine, we have our first reading on, and we got the fine folks here. Do we wanna, you know, we don't really have a whole lot, this is pretty simple. We've got the folks here.
Okay. I'll read it and they can
Yep,
come up,
Yep.
discuss it, if that's okay. We'll do it that way.
yep.
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance number 026001, an ordinance pursuant to KRS 81A.412, annexing into the city of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, by consent of all property owners, a parcel of real estate currently owned by Jamie R. Blanc consisting of 0.507 acres more or less, located at and known as Chillicothe Road, Bullitt County, Kentucky, having parcel ID 027NE008008, as more particularly described and illustrated in and on exhibits to this ordinance, sponsored by Councilmember Mike Hibbert. Summary. Section 1 sets forth a description of the property which is the subject of this ordinance as real estate consisting of 0.507 acres more or less, located at and known as Chillicothe Road, Shepherdsville, Kentucky 40165, parcel ID 027NE008008, conveyed to Jamie R. Blanc in Bullitt County D Book 1147, page 585, hereinafter property. Section 2 incorporates by reference the exhibits that describe and illustrate the property. Section 3 sets forth that the property is contiguous to the city's boundaries and is urban in character and suitable for development for urban purposes. Section 4 sets forth that the owner of record of the property has given prior written consent and that the city enacts a single ordinance annexing the property. Section 5 sets forth that the property is annexed into the city limits of the city of Shepherdsville. Section 6 sets forth that after annexation, the property will remain subject to the same land use restrictions as applied by the Bullitt County Fiscal Court prior to annexation. Section 7 sets forth the severability clause. Section 8 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 9 sets forth the publication requirement.
All right. I don't see anybody here that's opposing this annexation, but I know you guys are here, so I'm not gonna make you get up. I just wanna know, just let me know when you get it done so my wife and I can move into that house. Is that okay? We just give us some time just to move? All right. No, but anyway, listen, congratulations. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot with this. Obviously, this is more of a formality. I'm not sure if the council has any questions for you, but, pretty much we got a half acre she's bringing into the city, obviously, it's part of where she lives at this point now, and we'd love to have her in the city, so.
What was that side street beside Chillicothe? It's on the corner.
Shepherds,
yeah.
It's right next to Shepherd's
It's the only part of that strip that's not in
Yeah,
it.
Clover something.
Oh, Clover Cove?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I thought that was already part of the city.
The
I
property
did too.
right behind hers, which is the one touching it, so if you're driving down the road,
Yeah.
hers is on the left, right past hers, that is in
Yeah,
the city.
it's kinda-
That little parcel wasn't, obviously, because they were not part of, I guess, the subdivision and didn't ask for it, but she is now asking for, I guess, already been one or two houses?
Well, right now it's just one lot, and so I'm just wanting to get that lot on Supers.
Okay,
Yeah. All right.
okay, yeah.
Well, we're glad. All right, anything else for you guys? All right, so we don't need anything else. We have a second reading on our next, and then we'll actually have a motion and a vote. And again, I don't know if we need anything from you. I don't know if we have information, if you guys have any questions. All right, everybody's good? All right, well, we appreciate, thank you all very much for being here, all right?
You're welcome.
All right, and Happy New Year again. I know I've seen you before that, but, all right. All right, planning and zoning, obviously, we talked about. Board of Adjustments, I did not hear from Mr. Price, so obviously at this point, I haven't seen anything, and I didn't read the last one we had. I didn't see anything on there. Did anybody else see anything on there as far as the Board of Adjustments? I didn't think so. All right, department heads, really, come up together. Come on, just both of you come up together. Let's get it done. Come on. Chop, chop, there's a game tonight. Don't you all know there's a game tonight? Anybody rooting for the Steelers with Chief Jody? Just asking. Oh, you are? Yeah. Oh, my
Steelers,
God.
I think-
Oh,
I
my
think
gosh.
Willie is.
Oh, my gosh.
Who's their quarterback?
It's Rogers. He's
Yeah,
like
so
he's
my
like
husband's
55
probably
years
rooting
old.
for him.
I thought they would be
We might
rooting for
have
the
to keep
Chiefs.
Chiefs are gone.
We may have to keep him here for a while.
Yeah.
Let me go first.
All right, what do you guys got? Come on, throw something at you. I just want to do it together.
Council, just give you all, we just put something on our Facebook. We did a partnership with Mount Washington
Yeah.
and Zonton,
Yeah.
our station, Mount Washington Station 3, right there at, you all know where that's at.
Bye, Buzzville. Yep.
Thank you very much,
Yep.
man. And we're staffing it each with a member of our departments, staffing a Zonton engine, they're supplying a driver. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's great coverage for the city, obviously going in the city. And also, it was Zonton's idea over the closure of Bellsmo Road. And it's, to be honest with you, it's just made a great lot of sense for our residents in the city to have all protection all the way down the city. So it's been a really good partnership. We started it today at 7 a.m. and I'll keep you posted on it.
No,
So-
that's great. I tell you what, that kind of partnership helps us. I mean, we want to get best service. There's so many things that go on with, something goes on wrong with that river. So and Jody and them have already got some ideas. We're looking at the south side, so in case we couldn't get across the river, right? So we're trying to plan for having things on that side, a police station, something in the south side on Cedar Grove Road to be able to take care of all that east side there. But that was a good idea, man. I tell them thank you for thinking about all that.
And just my staff, we've just been working on a lot for the last month, so great planning all the way around on all three departments.
How's yoga going?
Sir?
How's yoga?
Great,
Nice.
always,
I
always.
gotta ask about Thursdays.
All right.
Thursdays,
always.
baby.
Next, you'll see, Brenda, I talked to you all about the grant, the federal grant that we got. It was $178,000. $171,428.57 is on the federal government side. We'll be responsible for the 8,500 amount for that, okay? Obviously, we budgeted 65,000 for a new cascade system, so it's a win for us on what that's about. That'll be bid, Brenda has that.
Should go in the paper Thursday.
Okay, and you all should be opening it up soon. Okay, just to give you all a heads up on that. Any questions, let me know. I'll shoot you the specs, and it's a trailer. It's really self-sufficient. It's really nice.
And the truck, you said when the truck's, maybe February?
Yes, sir. February the 11th, they're going to get it. It'll be here for a month, meaning it'll be at Atlantic at their shop in Shelbyville, adding a few things that they can't do in Florida. And we hope to have it in service middle of March, 1st April. I'll keep you all up to date on that, okay? And then last but not least, Saturday night, if you are attending, we'd love to have you. And go Steelers, go ahead.
All right.
Right.
Real quick too, one of the things actually, for both of us, we're gonna get you all the, end of year summaries for both departments. We talked about that. We're just gonna try to get it to you all before the beginning of the first meeting in February. We're gonna try to get some of them printed up so everybody has it, and also send it to you electronically, so we're getting the numbers there, and then it's usually about a 2-week lead. For us, I know that all of our good numbers are going in the right direction. Probably it's gonna affect him too. The number of accidents is the one that's really gonna be a lot more than last year. But when you figure we had 2 snowstorms, ice storm, the flood, now all this with the bridge and the interstate traffic, I mean, one shift we had 10. One day we had 4 wrecks between the bridge on 44.
Bullets Edge Run, the expressway.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was over top of 65. Literally, there was 4 wrecks in that short of a distance. So they're up considerably, but we'll.
People from out Washington.
Is that it? Okay. So
We're all gonna agree we're all gonna agree with that.
Hey,
And
I
that's-
was fussing this morning, they won't let you out.
That's an issue.
Rude.
That is an issue down there. Just I drive that in the afternoon usually myself too, so you see that. But hopefully, I know I had to step out, take care of something, but some of the things we're trying to do, hopefully will alleviate a little bit. I did go by and look at the bridge, and they are moving, I mean, I say pretty good, but you see the rebar going in, they're working up there.
I think there's some
replacing the
attention to
decking,
that. I think
so-
there's some state attention on getting that Bells Mill done a little quicker than the 6 months that was projected.
Complaints.
They've gotten thousands of
Yeah,
complaints.
I think they were just being, like, cautious about the
It-
time. that they-
It's all good, but it's just,
It's definitely not gonna take 6 months.
Yeah, they're up there working on it. Like I said,
Right.
they're just, what I was told from some, they're just replacing the decking.
Yeah.
They're leaving the pylons and putting new rebar in, so hopefully it'll go quicker. The other, one of the things, KLC came in and did an audit of our department, our 3-year audit. This year we got it back, I think, the next day, 2 days later, 100%, so we'll get a 12%. Thank you. We'll get hopefully a 12% reduction on the insurance for the department on that.
yeah.
Also, a few things, we've already got commitments from, the majority of the police departments, fire departments also. We're gonna do the National Night Out, August the 4th again this year.
Okay.
We've sent the things out asking for community support to host it. I think it'll be better than last year. We already got more people wanting to take part than we did last year, so that's coming up.
And let's not forget, one of the things that we're doing, we're partnering with the police department, with our public works and our sewer department. We have folks that we started our first day doing traffic control out in front of Bullitt Central. I've been on, yeah, well, I will tell you, and this is something that we've got some fact finding. There are some things that we need them to do. They gotta get more of their cars, the car riders, off of the 44, cause it's extended. But, we talked about it, but here's the thing. Their problem is, the reason why they won't let you come out to the other side is because they've had problems in the past with cars hitting students. That's why they blocked it off and make you come in on the second turn and then loop around and then come back to High School Road. That road can't take that. There's already too much traffic with the fact that we got Bells Mill closed. So I talked to Troy Wood, I've talked to Jesse Bacon. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take these next 2 weeks, fact find and see what we can do to just mitigate at least getting them safely, the buses out and then moving forward. It doesn't seem like in the afternoon, they let them make that turn. There's not as many cars. So in the afternoon, you make the horseshoe turn and you come on the first exit and gut out, but we gotta find some way in the morning to do that. So it's the morning that needs to focus more so than the afternoon. A lot of times the afternoon could be a congestion, could be a traffic accident. But when we just started today, our first day.
Who did it?
What's that?
Who was doing it?
We were actually using, the police department's gonna have their car out there, Mark Branham is our guy, and then David from the Public Works. These three, Kenny Prophet is our main contact, that's gonna be in front of the school, he has done it before, but what we're trying to do is keep a police officer out there and a traffic guard. But I will tell you, when you go in and talk to the school, they tell you, they'll run you over. They said these parents will run through there, and they say, they don't wanna be anything around there, because they've been all around that. I've talked to the assistant principal Roach, it's really very disheartening.
I think the school board should step up, though, that's my opinion.
Well, listen, you know what, until they do, whatever might be out there,
I agree.
I'm just gonna tell you that Shepherdsville's gonna try something, and we're gonna try to figure out what information we have from this to find the best way to do this. But I will tell you, long-term, we'd like to see a signal like that, and we're gonna continue working with KUYTC, but let's see what happens next couple of weeks, see what we learn.
And then the last thing I have is that, hopefully some of y'all will wanna take part in this. We're trying to put the final touches on, but we're gonna, have a Citizens Police Academy here and run a group through. It's probably, I think, 6 to 8 weeks. We're gonna have probably 2 hours each week to do that. Just have people come in and see what we do, what other our partners do. So when we get it all planned out, we'll open it up. As people ask you all, if y'all are interested to it, and we'll get some people doing that. And that's about it for me, unless y'all got any questions for me.
The simulator was awesome. by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have we ever looked into getting grapplers, a couple of grapplers for our cars?
We've looked at it. You're talking about the kind that shoots out for pursuits? The cost is too much, per unit that we've looked at before. We've looked at different systems like that. And also I believe that you have to have, let me get back on that because I might be getting the different models of what you can actually use because the system's so heavy.
I wasn't thinking about getting it for all the cars, but have a couple, one for each shift.
Let me get back on the cost for that because there was one that, I'll make sure we're talking about the same system. The one that it was definitely cost prohibitive to outfit them. And then, you know, that comes in some issues, but we'll get together and we'll make sure we're
Okay.
talking about the same one.
Okay, sounds good.
Anybody else have a question? I thought somebody else had a question. Are we good? All right, so I think we're good. I know that I talked to, Tom's been not here tonight, and then we obviously, Brenda, got anything for us? Kat's doing okay?
Thanks, guys.
That's great.
Thank you, hey, thank you. Congratulations, Chief, on that, and go Steelers. I got to throw that positive for Jody, too.
You need to stick around, you can't leave yet.
Just teasing you, Brian.
All right, council. All right,
Joking.
all right, Mr. Mike Hibbert.
Well, I don't have too much tonight. I talked to you earlier before the meeting about some more abandoned properties, you know, around that probably needed addressed. It's nice to see the aquatic center coming along. And we have several functions. The fire department is having function at the
Yep,
at
next Saturday.
Paraquet Springs.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, so, you know, as I said, we are making progress. Sometimes it's slow. And, yeah, I'm like you. I see so many times that people are referring to roads and they're calling us when it's the state or, you know, the counties, whatever. And, we don't have any authority to do anything other than to intervene for them and talk to someone.
Yeah, the best thing you can do on that is just educate people, just let them know, because I mean, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
that don't know. I mean, this is not, it's a fair assessment that
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know what roads. They think they're all in the city, they belong to us, they don't.
Yeah.
Federal and state and county roads too, so there's a number of those out there.
So, that's about all I have this evening.
It's gonna be a good year, Mike. All right, Miss Faith?
I have nothing.
No? Well,
I
Happy
can't
New Year.
believe it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
I've had hey, this is gonna be a great year, everybody.
Yes. All right, Mr. Rob Adams.
Okay, well, yes, Happy New Year. I did get a Christmas card from Scott in the form of a picture of the drainage project that said happy.
Yeah,
Happy
there you
Merry
go.
Christmas.
There
And
you
I
go.
said,
See?
yes, that's
See?
good, so.
Did you not send it to Jennifer?
He did not send it to me.
Oh,
and
man.
I didn't get it either.
Scott,
Well, just reach out to him.
because I know you're watching.
You
And I know
need-
that's-
you need it-
Scott,
you need
I
to get-
didn't get it either.
Yeah, you need
I
to
know
send,
that's holding up your
Yeah.
splash
we'll have to
pad,
make
so-
sure Scott sends it to all of
Is it
us.
hooked to my splash pad?
I think it's right beside
No,
the
they're
splash
working.
pad,
Well,
so
then he needs to send me a picture.
Yeah, they're digging that now.
I'll send you a picture.
All right.
So
Yes.
that, on my wish list is, for this year is to, hopefully pursue some more grants and things for
Okay.
further drainage projects and things like that. And then, so I think we had like 17, 19 things on the list last year of special projects that I would like to see costs for on this year's budget.
Okay.
So I think we have enough time to do all that.
Okay. We'll be working on budgets here shortly. They're gonna start with Angie, and they've got numbers to start with. They got parameters for each of their departments, and that's how they're gonna start. They've got a number for each department. Angie's gonna sit down with them, because that's really what I want Angie really involved with.
I need to come and talk to you about that too.
Okay. Come on.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Miss Jennifer Mendez. Obviously,
Happy
did,
New Year, everybody. I really don't have anything.
okay, well, that's
right
okay.
now.
That's
You know,
okay.
we're
Did you?
coming off this big break,
All right.
and my brain wasn't
All right.
really.
Well, you'll be ready for the next, you'll be ready for the next
It was
meeting then.
Christmas.
Mr. Brad? All right, Miss Bonnie?
Happy New Year, of course. I wanna ask, is there a way that we can get updates on the bridge from someone in the state? Do you have a way? to
Oh,
do
on
that?
the Bells Mill?
It would be nice for us to get some updates of where we're at.
Okay. All right, I guess that's a KY, we get a KYTC.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can find out for you.
Check your phone. Scott is
I
texting.
really love your optimism, Bonnie, about the state.
Has everybody, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
All right. Now, I'll make myself a note right now to check on that, get updates on the bridge. Absolutely.
It is a major problem with the traffic, of course, because of this. Me coming out of KOA in the mornings,
Yeah.
sometimes I have to turn right because I just can't get out. And if there's an accident, I had a woman refuse me the other day to let me out, and she could have, it wouldn't
They
have been.
won't let you out.
I
And
just,
I looked at her and she goes, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, they're mean. They're mean.
Was it me?
Some woman is-
I don't know.
But
Was
no,
it me?
It's
That's-
very
that-
dangerous.
that's-
It's very dangerous down through there right now with that traffic. People are rear-ending everybody.
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is that, obviously, they've added, I think, 4,000 more cars at least coming into, coming into the
least.
interstate, so.
Mean.
So it's tough, it's a challenge.
And I apologize because I used to do the
driver's testing here, so.
All right, yeah, there's a lot to
It's all
see.
your
All
fault.
right. All right, with that
Motion
said,
to adjourn.
I got a motion.
a second.
Got a second by Jennifer. Miss Brenda?
All right, Bonnie,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Come see me
Rob?
tomorrow. Just call me in the morning,
Yes.
because I got meetings.
Yes.
and Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, come up soon.
So we're just saying.
Because I tell you, because
fault,
I got
because I'm
9,
the one
10.
that gave these people
No,
driver's
but that's fine.
licenses.
Flunked
And
them all.
I taught them how to be
Okay.
rude.
Yeah, just text me first, because I know I got 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. That's not going in there very good. All right. All right. Miss Catherine, thank you.